The country we're going to be analyzing today is Egypt. It is located in Northeast Africa and has a population of 81 million people. The politics of Egypt is based on republicanism with a semi-presidential system of government. This means that the president is appointed through elections and is representative of the people. The semi-presidential system of government refers to one where a president exists alongside a prime minister and a cabinet who are responsible to the legislature of state. The current president of Egypt is Adli Mansour, who is the leader of the Supreme Constitutional Court and is acting president until a new president is chosen to be elected. Mansour has been interim president since the ousting of Muslim Brotherhood leader Mohamed Morsi. There were 18 recognized political parties from across the political spectrum. The formation of political parties based on religion is prohibited by the constitution because it would not respect the principle of non-interference of religion in politics, and that religion has to remain in the private sphere. Also forbidden are political parties supporting militia formations or having an agenda that is contradictory to the constitution. The three main parties are the Democratic Alliance for Egypt, the Islamist Bloc, and the New Wafd Party, which is the Liberal Party of Egypt. In the 2011 election for the People's Assembly of Egypt, these three held 75% of the votes. In 2011, the largest story in the headlines was the Egyptian Revolution. For 30 years, Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak led a corrupt government and Egyptian citizens had enough. Egyptians wanted a more democratic government, which led to strikes, protests, sit-ins, and rallies which sometimes became violent. Egyptian people have been known to be strong moral people. The revolution only showed their resilience in search of livelihood, freedom, social justice, and human dignity. The revolution has brought many positive changes. The political environment of Egypt has become a very attractive one and continues to grow and develop. Since the revolution, positive changes have been observed. For example, the emergency military law, which allowed police powers to imprison individuals for any period of time and allowed free military rule over the country alongside the constitutional rights, was abolished after the revolution. Most importantly, the new constitution provides room for investor growth and grants social and political freedoms that were not available before. It is a country that has shown more political growth and change than any other in the past decade. Now that the government has been cleansed of corruption, investors can look to enter Egypt eagerly. Without the threat of fraud and persecution, business can benefit from Egypt's prosperous economy and natural resources because its political environment has been becoming one of equality and free opportunity. Often alongside political change, economic change has been observed. Such has been seen in the past with countries such as Brazil, when Brazilian President Luiz da Silva was removed from government. The country left 40 years of economic instability and inflation and became one of the strongest nations in the world under its new leader. It is now currently part of BRIC, Brazil, Russia, India, China, as one of the world's fastest growing markets. Such trends depict positive investor opportunity in Egypt. Also, with Egypt's shift in censorship policies and social freedom, citizens will be looking for further freedom and continue to want to remain aware of the events in their country's path to change. Therefore, Egypt's technology sector has exponential potential for growth, so much so that Samsung, IBM, Intel, and Oracle are already eagerly investing in Egypt. In 2012, Samsung launched the Galaxy Note 2 phone in Cairo. Investors will profit greatly from citizens' eagerness to remain in touch with Egyptian society and politics through social media and various types of technology. Finally, Egypt's revolution drew foreign attention and various nations began to extend billions of dollars in aid to stabilize the situation and help rehabilitation. Not only has the revolution improved foreign political relations as countries are given aid to Egypt, but the political change has led to monetary donations that have led to political and economic stability. Egypt expects 33% rise in foreign investments this fiscal year due to its foreign political relations with other countries. Overall, the political environment in Egypt is very positive, and we can see that investors should be very eager to spend money and time in the Egyptian market. In the long run, the positive political change makes Egypt potentially one of the strongest nations to invest in the next 10 to 15 years. In order to fully understand how to be successful in Egypt, one must understand also the political risks. Tension between politicians and the military, which controls a big chunk of the economy and has effectively ruled Egypt. Therefore, the tension between the military and religious parties remains a large political risk and shows political instability. Also, political interference remains a risk as the military constantly tries to regain a role in the government. In order to remain successful as an international business, businesses must ensure that their policies abide by neutral religious tenets as to not anger either religious groups that still exist. Also, business must be conducted in a way that respects their strong military presence. Any businesses that may work against the values of the military or push Egypt away from the current path of growth must be avoided. Egypt will continue to grow and prosper into a land of opportunity.
Created using Powtoon.